Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you a thorough review and comparison of the Chanel Classic Ballet Flats and the Chanel Slingbacks. We'll talk about pricing, comfort, wear and tear, versatility, practicality. So if you're curious to see what my opinion is on these shoes, then please keep on watching. So first things first, short disclaimer, these are actually not my shoes, but rather those Slingbacks have been very kindly sent to me and gifted to me by a fake factory. I have collaborated with them in the past on real versus fake videos and have always been very pleased with the quality of their items. Here, once again, these shoes look just like the real thing. I actually went in the Chanel store to try them on and honestly I was stunned. I could not see a single difference. These are made out of genuine leather, so they have also the same feeling as the real shoes. So if you are interested in getting these particular Chanel shoes or really anything else from the fake factory, they obviously have different pairs of shoes from different brands. They also have handbags, they have accessories, jewelry, they have a bunch of different things. So if you are interested in getting anything else from the fake factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with the coupon code. I would highly recommend them. They've been very professional, very kind to me, and I'm sure that they would be the same with you. So first things first, let's talk about pricing. So the Chanel Slingbacks over here retail for $1,100 plus tax, whereas the Chanel Flats over here retail for $1,000 even plus tax. So not a lot of difference price-wise. I would feel like it's about similar, especially in this kind of price bracket. Once you're willing to pay $1,000 for shoes, honestly, what's $100 more? Plus, if you are able to get them from the fake factory, it is much, much less. So first things first, let's start with the comfort level. I feel like I'm at the point in my designer journey where I feel like the comfort level of shoes is really something that is majorly important for me. I would never get shoes anymore where I'm like, oh, they hurt, or I don't like them. I can't wear them for more than like half an hour to an hour. This is something that I used to do in the past. This is definitely one of the mistakes that I made, but honestly, I am not about to make that mistake again. So for me, the comfort level of shoes is really something that is super important. So for the Slingbacks, I really feel like they're extremely comfortable. I've had no downtime of breaking them in at all. I feel like I got them, I was able to wear them throughout the house and it really wasn't needed. I could have worn them outside immediately. There is no breaking in, and I feel like it's because, so right here at the back, it's like an open shoe and it feels very comfortable. So the back of my foot is actually kind of pointy in a weird way, and in the Chanel Classic Flats, it really does hurt. I've had time to break them in for these ones. I've had to wear them for multiple days at home before I was able to take them outside. Now I'm at the point where they are also comfortable, but before, the back right here, my foot was pointy and it was constantly like rubbing against the back of the shoe, so this wasn't comfortable. So I have a very narrow type of foot, so this is perfect for Slingbacks. I've heard reviews from people where they mention that the front of the shoes does hurt, so like right around here, and it's because their foot is actually too wide for the shoes. Personally, I haven't had any problems. I feel like it's really perfect for my feet, but I understand that makes sense because when you look at both shoes, for the Classic Ballet Flats, their front is a lot more rounded than for the Slingbacks. So really depending on your type of foot, on how your foot looks like, this is something to think about. But for me, in terms of comfort level, I would definitely favor the Slingbacks over the Chanel Ballet Flats. My next point is going to be versatility and wearability. So I've had the Chanel Ballet Flats for quite a long time now, and I've obviously just received the Slingbacks. So these ballet flats, I feel like I've worn over and over and over again. They are extremely versatile. I love the fact that they can be worn for every day just as well as they could be worn for occasions. This is really easy to pair with a pair of black jeans, but it's also perfect with a little black dress. I actually don't wear heels. So for me, you know, flats are kind of like my go-to even for occasions. And that's simply because of how tall I am. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimeters. So I'm a giraffe, and I basically feel like I don't really need to add any height to my already existing height. So these are incredibly versatile, especially getting them in this color I feel like is perfect for any season. I'm the type of person that gets cold in the winter time easily at my feet, so I don't wear ballet flats in the winter, but I definitely could based on the color. For the slingbacks though, they're definitely a lot more elegant. I feel like they are so classy, which I mean, of course the ballet flats are, but I do feel like the slingbacks are much classier, more elegant. They do scream quite luxury a bit more simply because you can't really see any big logos. I mean, there is a little bit of a logo right here, but this is very hard to see, so perfectly suited for the office, for, you know, date nights, for all of those like events of your life. So in a way, I do feel like the Chanel ballet flats are more versatile because they can be worn in more different situations. But the fact that these are quite luxury and can be worn at work without like having people raise their eyebrows, that to me is absolutely priceless. The one thing that I will tell you is, although the Chanel ballet flats could more or less be worn year-round, because these are open shoes, you're not going to be able to wear them in the winter time. So that's definitely something to think about, especially if you live here in the Northeast United States. It does get cold in the winter, so I would say unless you live in Florida and you are amazingly lucky to have beautiful climate year-round, these are going to be a little bit more versatile in terms of seasons than the slingbacks. So now for the wear and tear. Honestly, like I said before, I've had the Chanel flats for what seems like an eternity. It's been a couple of years since I've had them. I remember these were my first pair, and I remember being in the Chanel store absolutely happy to have them. And I still feel the same about them today, but they are well worn and well loved. These obviously I've just received today, but I can tell you that one of the massive differences and the reason why I expect that the slingbacks will have a much lower wear and tear and will be much more durable than the Chanel flats is because the Chanel flats, there is a lot more surface touching the ground, especially like right here and especially in the back. That has been, for me, scraped. They are scraped here in the front, but also on the sides, and that really is an area of concern, especially in this kind of shade of light beige. It's something that you can see a lot when you look at them closely, and it's not something that I expect to see on the slingbacks because they're obviously open on the sides, so this is not something that you would see. The one thing though is that the front here is not a leather, which is the case for the Chanel flats, so it's not something that I expect will be scraped as easily as the leather from the flats. So all in all, I would say that I expect a lower wear and tear and just better durability from the slingbacks than I would for the flats. One thing also that I do want to say about the slingbacks is that they exist in a heeled version, and the Fake Factory also carries them. So if you're interested in having heels and you just simply cannot do flat shoes, this is a way to add a little bit of height to your existing height, which is not the case of the Chanel flats, obviously. So this is something to think about also in terms of versatility, depending on what you're interested in. This can be something to add, you know, a different look, or more suited for date nights and just for, you know, outings. So this is something to think about. This comes in a heeled version. The flats unfortunately don't, though they would look a little bit funny, I guess, in like a heeled version. I've seen kind of a heeled version of a flat. I don't know if you see what I mean. It's like the Ferragamo flats. I had 2 pairs of the classic flats, and they come in like a heeled version, so it's like a raised version of the flats. It's kind of funny looking, so I'm not sure this would look good. Maybe that's why it doesn't exist in Chanel. So in conclusion, I would go ahead and pick the Chanel slingbacks over the Chanel flats. simply because they are much more comfortable. That is my number one criteria. They don't, like, your feet do not slip out of them or anything like that. The narrow part does not hurt my feet. I could wear them all day long. They're very quiet luxury. I love that. I love the fact that it has no logo or almost no logo. Very easy to wear, kind of almost with anything. You could wear them with a pair of black jeans, with a skirt, with a dress, with like a classy pair of shorts, you know, from Zimmerman. Those would be absolutely perfect choices. There's really endless possibilities to wear them, and it really is a different way of wearing flats. I mean, I have a lot of pairs of flats in my collection, simply because, you know, I don't wear heels, so I need like different pairs of flats. But it's kind of almost the same thing, you know, it's like repeatedly, well, flats, you know, like it's like Chanel flats, Ferragamo flats, Dior flats. Like, all that is about the same, but the Slingbacks are really, really unique, and that's what I truly love about them. But truth be told, I would probably not pay $1,100 plus tax for a pair of Chanel Slingbacks, especially because shoes, you know, wear out a lot more easily than bags. They're not like investments. So I love the fact that the Fake Factory carries them. So once again, if you are interested in getting anything from the Fake Factory, I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with the coupon code. I would recommend them eyes closed, and I will also try to link the pair of heeled Slingbacks as well, so you can take a look at whichever one you prefer. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial and informational for you in case you were looking at acquiring either the Chanel flats or the Chanel Slingbacks. Obviously, both are amazing options. Very classy, very elegant, very timeless. I would say get both if you can, but like I said before, I would slightly favor the Chanel Slingbacks, especially if you can find them for less than $1,100. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.